Hey guys, welcome back to Hollow Acres. In today's video, we're going to be talking all about banana plants. Now, banana plants are a really easy crop to grow. It's pretty much low maintenance. Banana plants will grow in any zone from 8 to 12, and we're in zone 8A, so I have a lot of banana plants growing. Did you know that there were over 1,000 different varieties of banana plants, from fruiting plants to ornamental plants, all of which being perennial, meaning they come back year after year. Now, banana plants are really easy to grow. You pretty much plant the rhizome in the ground and you leave it alone. You gotta water it, you gotta give it some fertilizer, but that's pretty much it. It's really low maintenance. Now, right beside me, I have this large cluster of banana plants. There are 8 clustered here. You don't want to leave a cluster of banana plants all growing from the same rhizome in the same area for too long. What happens whenever you allow it is there is not enough nutrients to go around. So therefore, the growth will be stunted. There will be yellowing and browning leaves. The yellowing leaves tell you that there is a nitrogen deficiency. So in order to get these banana plants good, strong, tall, and healthy, I need to separate them. Whenever I go to separate them, I am going to fertilize them. And the tree, the plant, whatever, it's a banana tree, it's a banana plant. The one that I'm going to be leaving is this big one here right next to me. This one is about a lot tall. I am 5'2". This thing is probably around 6 feet tall at the tallest point on the tallest leaf. Now, digging up these banana plants is really, really easy. You're simply going to take the shovel, dig around the base of the tree, try to get as much of the rhizome as you can, lift it out of the ground, and separate off all of the plants. And here we have our banana plant with the roots attached. This is what we are going to be transplanting. I just got done digging up the banana plants, and one thing that I realized that I did not mention was that whenever you are transplanting anything, you do not want to do it in the heat of the day. So you would pick either early morning or in the evening. Right now it's like 7:30, 8 o'clock. There will be no more sun for the day. Whenever I water them in, it'll have the night to soak up all of the water. I find that transplanting in the evening, it just works better. There's less shock because it doesn't go from early morning transplant and then through the heat of the day. And right now we're getting 100 degrees a day. So it's very, very hot. I find that this is the best time to transplant. Now let's go transplant these banana plants. There really are 2 best times a year for transplanting your perennial plants. Early spring and early fall or late summer. We want to get our transplants in the ground at least 3 to 4 months before we're expecting our first frost. The first thing to consider whenever transplanting any plant, but definitely these perennials that we're working with now, is you don't want to do it in the heat of the day. You never want to transplant any plant in the heat of the day because it'll be too much and the shock is going to be too severe, and most of your plants will not bounce back from that. And there will be some shock. I will show you when I'm talking about over by the garden gate. But that's just what happens whenever you transplant plants. There's going to be a little bit of shock. That is why we do our best to get our plants started with everything they need for them to be able to bounce back. Your second consideration would be what I just said, the fertilizers. You want to make sure that they have food to get started. In my basket, I have 3 organic fertilizers that I use pretty frequently and on a wide variety of different things. First, we have our fruit tree fertilizer. Obviously, this is for fruit trees. It is not specific to banana plants, but it is a fruiting variety, so this is what I'm going to use. The NPK on this is 552, so it's a good starting. We don't want to shock it with a whole bunch of fertilizers. I also have this bag of garden tone, and the reason that I have this bag is because the soil that I'm using here, as you can see, well, there's grass growing. So I just reshaped this bed, cut everything down pretty low, and in just a couple days with all this rain, it's grown back fierce, for sure. Garden Tone is a basic all-purpose type fertilizer. The NPK is 344. The purpose of the Garden Tone is to help bring nutrients to the soil, help to feed the plants that are there, but the Garden Tone really focuses more on the soil than on the plant itself, which if you feed your soil, the soil will feed your plants, and it's just a constant loop. And here I also have some bone meal. Bone meal is really good for adding phosphorus. So the roots in any plant, if you give them more phosphorus, it'll help with the root development, which is why I'm going to be putting this in each of the holes. Its NPK is 412.0. Now that the banana plants have been dug up, it is now time to separate them off and then transplant them out. So your banana plant will grow from a rhizome root at the bottom. Separating off the banana pups is really easy. We just need to go down to the rhizome at the bottom where the roots are, and we're just going to slice them, trying to get as much roots on each plant as we can without damaging them too bad. And I'm going to start by using my sharp knife and cutting off all of these dead and dying leaves that are coming off of them. And then now we're going to come down to the root and loosen all this soil out and start separating the individual pups or plants. Here's the tiniest little banana plant. I did not get as many roots from this one as I was hoping for. Now the depth that you plant your banana plant is the same that you dug it up from. So we can see obviously the roots are down here. We're getting them in the hole. And we can see right about up to here, it's where the white part starts to turn green. It needs to cover soil just right up to here. Just like with many plants, if you plant them too deep, it is likely that they will get too much moisture at the base and the roots will end up feeling like they are being waterlogged, and then your plant will not grow, it will die. Got a little tiny one here, and then we got a nice big one here, and then a smaller size beside it. This is going to fill out really nicely. I just need to water it in real well, and we'll be good to go. Alright, now I'm going to show you the banana plants that I planted yesterday. You can definitely see some signs of shock, but that is to be expected. On the banana plant, signs of shock would be withering in the leaves. It'll be a limeish green color, so you can see on the spine here. Also, they sustained a little bit of damage during the transplant process. This one is probably the most shocked. See, the leaves are curling up under. I say up under, but it's up and around, so up and under is what I meant. Well, there we have it. We have planted all of the banana plants. We have gone over all of the soil and nutrients and fertilizers and everything that you're going to need to know how to take care of your banana plants. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you learned something. If you did like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not already, consider subscribing to Hollow Acres. We'll see you next time.